we do our best, and we recording this progress as the program as you hear. So I think we have your permission for this. We will do from the audio. We will then record and put into website everything that is presentable there. So it is a live, how can I say? It's a cut out of what we are experiencing today. So there's nothing prepared. It is just we jump into it and create the site for you that you can follow. Has anyone looked at this? I saw someone, I think Zuleika commented on it already. I saw one comment coming. No, it was Catherine. Catherine commented. You left a comment. So whoever has time, you can leave your comments there. You can leave your suggestions there. You can leave your learning there. We also created this that you can bond a little bit better with your colleagues, and therefore, yeah, can make the best out of experience. Brian is back. It's 1700. Do you want to start, or want to give him a minute?
No, let's start. We're ready to go. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. I'm gonna play my professor mode for just a second. And the question I have for you is how many of you did your exercise yesterday? Put your hands up if you did it. Raphael, good star. Got thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Cool. So, I find it's actually a really interesting thing to do. Because what you find is you can get yourself grounded really quickly. Um, could I ask people to do the following? Plant your feet, do a long breath, hold it, and then exhale, and then put a note in the chat about how life is today.
One little add-on. Catherine, you weren't there yesterday. What we trained yesterday is that your breath should be longer, your exhale should be longer as you inhale. This signals security and safety to your body. Because when you are in panic mode, it's the opposite. You breathe in quickly and so exhale shortly. If you reverse this signal, you signal that you're safe to the body. This is one of the principles that we learned yesterday. 4 in, 4 hold, 6 out. Body feels safe.
Okay. So if people want the slides from today, they are available. At this link. I would suggest you check later because right now the link will get you back to a Canva link. Later in the day, it'll actually get you back to a PDF that you can download. Let's go forward if we could. Um, okay, boom, boom, boom. So one of the things that we talked about yesterday is how for us it's a learning experience. For you, it's a learning experience. Jay's going to talk a little bit about his learning experience here. But I want to give some feedback on the comments we got already. The first one is the hardest. It's too fast and too slow. So we can't do both. We can't go faster and slower at the same moment. So we're just gonna have to see how we fall into things. Um, in general, do you feel that things were too fast yesterday or too slow or about right? Could you put something in the chat? You'd say too fast, too slow, asthma, too fast, about right. So it's probably somewhere between about right and a little bit fast. Okay, so the person who said it's too slow, I'll say you're in the minority. In the second group, we talked a little bit about the interactions, and they said, look, what we really like would be to do more stuff in groups. And today, what we've done is we added a bit of a group activity, which will extend this a little bit. If you have to go, no problem. But in general, we'll come back at the end of this and say, is this something you'd like to repeat or not? A third comment is people want more stress. I've never seen somebody say they want more stress, but my God, if you want stress, we can figure it out. We'll ask somebody to sing a song or something like that. The And I think the way that we're going to do this most effectively is to put you in one-to-one situations where you actually have to do something. You have to talk. You have to get things going forward. The fourth comment here, I'm going to let Jay talk a little bit about. The comment was it's about some of the talk was too bookish. And Jay, can you talk a little bit about this from your perspective?
Yes, I'm talking like a hybrid. Uh, enjoy your breakfast. Point is, I'm learning with you. When I created this course, I actually wanted to roll it out with an avatar of myself, a twin clone. And Bryan said, Jay, you can't do this. People want to see your life. And I said, my accent, blah, 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 all the excuses that you have, you know. And therefore, I'm learning to facilitate. I've never done it before. So bear with me, I'm learning with you. Bryan is learning how to speak better. I'm learning how to facilitate better. Bryan, how long do you facilitate already?
A long time. That will give you an idea of my age. So I'm not gonna divulge that information, but it's been a long, long, long time.
I'm doing this in 24 hours. So bear with me. At the end of this courses, you will be a perfect speaker and I will be a perfect presenter, or on the way to get there.
Okay. And I had one comment. 60% of you filled in the form at the end of the class last time. I really hope that we get to 100%. Okay, that is it as far as comments. And now we're going to let Jay take over things, and we're going to do a fun talk today, I hope.
Yay, let's have some fun. So welcome to day number 2. I call this level 1, and the day we call removing noise from your voice. Why do we call it this way? Yesterday, and this is especially important for Catherine, we regulate the body. We understood that our body is in danger or feels under threat in stress situations. Therefore, we learned, for example, the 446 to regulate the body, that you can calm down. Today, we learn to regulate the signal under pressure. What do I mean with the signal? It's what's coming out and what by others is received. Our session promise for today, you will be able to record or talk for 60 seconds with 0 filler words, 3 deliberate pauses, and a controlled pace under pressure. When we said yesterday, calm your mind to fix your voice, we mean this is the presence that we get there. Today, we move one level higher. And as in most of the trainings, the most important is first the awareness. You need first to understand that something is not working, and then you can move on to fixing it. For example, as many of you know, I'm running the African Speaker Bureau, and we have this beautiful interview series where I interview quite interesting people. One of them, for example, Bryan Cassady. I do the editing myself, the final editing, and I do all the captions myself because I can't stand when there's and all these filler words. This brings the authority of a person down. Well, somebody like Bryan or Tito Nyati, our chairperson of ESCOM, they have the authority. They can do it. But if you are in the room and they're seniors to you, you are leveling down your authority because they hear it. You don't maybe hear it. And with this awareness that you have these filler words, you can then start to eliminate them. So today is about regulating your body to stabilize the signal. And same situation as yesterday. You go into the boardroom, you're right, you know that you're right, you have all the facts together. But before you finish the first thought, your voice gives you away. The signal cracks. What do I mean with the signal cracks? The authority drops because you fill words in that do not belong there. And like yesterday, I went there like is my favorite word that I don't like. And if you, for example, are a founder, you quickly lose the investor confidence. A lawyer quickly loses argument. And that's exactly somebody that was in the group and shared this with me, is he wants to learn to be in the first 15 seconds to be the authority in the room, to own the room. Executives lose the room before the strategy is finished. And authority follows the clearest signal. If you have all the S and M's and likes and you're bringing down your whole level. You are an expert in your field. You know your stuff. So do not use these filler words just to fill the pause. Use the pause to breathe, to ground yourself, to think, and to get your authority right. The myth, we know this, better vocal techniques, calm your mind, protect more, slow down. But the truth is, the voice is actually your dashboard, not your engine. It shows you the anxiety. So we do not need to fix the voice. We need to fix the engine. Remove the anxiety and noise disappears. This is not mechanical. But how do we do this when we are nervous? First of all, I like to quote the fabulous Eric Edmeades, who says, excitement and being nervous has the same root. You just experience or expect a different outcome. So when you're nervous, you expect to, I don't know, mess it up. If you're excited, you know everything will go perfect. The mechanism we shared already yesterday, under pressure, the breath rises, our throat tightens, and even more, the signal leaks. But the room hears is not what you say. The room hears that you pitch automatically, the pace accelerates, the filler words. Maybe you don't even realize. What actually happens is that your throat, the laryngeal muscle tightens, the breath becomes shallow, the nervous system is in threat mode. And noise is anxiety leaking through your voice. So the anxiety is what people feel. And these are the filler words that we should get out of your text. Fear
I,
finds always the nearest exit. And in this case, your voice is the exit. Noise is fear trying to escape. Just hold the silence. Silence is actually power. What we offer you is the regulation triad, the triad. Hmm?
Jay,
Bryan?
can I say something? Because
Sure.
actually, I want to put things in perspective once. Usually, other people edit my videos. I needed to give a video very quickly for an event, so I did the editing myself, and I found out how many ums and ahs I have. It's truly, truly, truly overwhelming. There were, I think, 50, more or less, in a 16-minute speech. And I thought that I didn't ever use it. So you have to be careful. And really, I mean, for me, a good suggestion for you once would be actually to edit your talks and listen to your talks and you see how many there are. It's scary, scary.
You wouldn't believe it. Even the best are doing this. For me, it's a lot of work to get them out, but I don't like to see them on screen because they do
Raphael,
people.
you
Hmm?
wanted to say something, Raphael.
Yeah, very quickly, and thank you. And I apologize also for interrupting, but a question for Jay. What is the difference between voice and noise?
The voice is your signal. The noise is the filler words. This is what we mean. The noise you want to get out, the filler words, the ums, the airs, the noise that actually, yeah, that crack your signal, that diminishes your authority. So the voice is what we say, and the noise is what comes out. It shouldn't be there. It should be just this the signal there. Other questions as we are just there at the moment? Good. Then we move on. What we offer you is the regulation triad. First, stabilize the breath. 4-4-6. Insert one full pause between the sentence. And then, even if it might be scary, go slower. Go slower as you ever thought you can. Speak 50% slower as you usually do. And if it sounds scary, you're right. Silence is not absence. Silence is control made visible. You are under control. And this is what people then realize. Wow, he's in control. He can allow these pauses. He's not using filler words. Brian, have you counted my filler words today?
I haven't yet.
Silence equals safety or signals safety. The noise is just the interruption. Pausing tells your brain and your audience that you are not under threat, that you are under control. Volume is compensation. We know this of people that are shouting or speaking fast. Stillness is control. You often see this. Leaders speak, I don't know, how can I say? The less the person speaks in the room, the more senior often is his role. Let's try this in groups. As many said, they want to have more group interaction. We suggest that we have breakaway groups now, 2 people in each group, and we will do a little exercise. Instructions. Be fast. It's about a 5 minute that we should take about this year. Assign roles. One is the speaker, one is observer. Please decide quickly. And then you talk about for 30 seconds, 30 seconds about your work, or use the following text for one time for normal speed and one time for reset. What I'm saying is, once you speak fast without a reset, then you do the stabilize the breath, you inside a full pause and speak 50% lower. Then you repeat it after reset. Once fast, once regulated, repeat. And then you change the roles. Questions?
What would you suggest we talk about if we talk about our work?
Yeah, for about the work, you can talk about the weather, you can talk something that you're excited about or that you're actually anxious about. So this is the level of pressure we leave to you. If you want to talk about politics and put pressure on yourself, do this. If you want to talk about the weather, it's maybe less pressure. So the pressure level we leave to you. I would suggest take a lot of pressure.
Okay. So what I've done is a challenge is to get these instructions to you in the groups. So what I've done is I've put the instructions in the chat. There's 2 parts. There's what you do, and there's a text you can read in the groups. Jade, could you stop sharing your screen for just a second? For some reason, when I see your screen, I don't get the Zoom controls anymore, so I can't create a breakout room.
Yeah.
So we have 1, 2, 3, we have 12 people. And Zulakia, are you there or are you just listening in the background? So what I'm going to
I'm
Okay.
here. I'm here. Sorry, I've got my kid around, so like I don't want to disrupt other people, and now my husband's on the phone. Too many things in the afternoon. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, okay. So let's do this. I'm going to create 6 breakout rooms. There will be a breakout room that you go to, Jay. There's a breakout room I go to, and you get a chance to meet everybody. And we'll set a timer for 6 minutes to come back. Is everybody clear what we're going to do? You're going to go through a text. Just read it like you read normally. Then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the instructions. Breathe, pause, and then read it slower. And what I want you to do is to see if, first of all, do you find yourself more convincing, and does the person you're with find you more convincing and better able to be understood?
The point here is that you should read or talk about a few sentences, and between every sentence in the second run, make a break. Take a
Okay.
pause.
So what's going to happen? You're going to see a thing that comes up on your screen, says go to a breakout room. Somebody's going to get me, my apologies, but the other ones, you get what you get. All right.
Maybe we are getting each other. Is this
Uh,
randomly?
it's randomly. All right, here we
Okay.
go.
Everybody enjoy. See you in 6. Bryan Cassady is inviting you to join room 6.
So I'm Katrina, how you doing?
Sabiha. That's beautiful. And we got Bryan in with
You're
us.
the loser. Sorry.
We're the winners.
So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to participate, but I'm just going to be an observer for you. So what I'd like you to do is just try to just go through the instructions, which is basically talk about something for 30 seconds. I honestly, I would choose the text that's there. It's a lot easier than trying to make something up. And then try it again, going slower.
by text, do you mean the instructions?
Yeah, there's two texts there. There are two texts that are about 30 seconds long.
Perfect. Okay. Do you want to go first, Sabiha?
Yeah, sure. I'll do start with text one. Your voice is not decoration, it is a signal. Before people evaluate your ideas, they evaluate your nervous system. If your pace is rushed, your tone unstable, or your breathing shallow, the room reads uncertainty, even if your logic is flawless. Voice regulation is leadership regulation. When you slow your pace, lower your tone, and control your breath, you control how your message lands. Recommendation: train your voice the way you train strategy. Practice deliberate pauses, controlled breathing, and measured pace daily.
Okay. I had a hard, that was a lot. What, what did you get from that, Amy?
Um, she sounded calm. You sounded very calm, and you didn't seem anxious at all, but it was a little monotone.
Okay.
So what you need to do right now, take a breath. Pause. And now go through it 15% slower than you would normally do it. And that's going to feel really weird. And try it again.
Perfect. Your voice is not decoration. It is a signal. Before people evaluate your ideas, they evaluate your nervous system. If your pace is rushed, your tone unstable, or your breathing shallow, the room reads uncertainty, even if your logic is flawless. Voice regulation is leadership regulation. When you slow your pace, lower your tone, and control your breath, you control how your message lands. Recommendation: train your voice the way you train strategy. Practice deliberate pauses, controlled breathing, and measured pace daily.
Wow, that was awesome. Yeah, the pauses really made a difference. That was lovely. Did
How
a
did it
great
feel
job.
for you, Sabia?
It felt so weird. It felt like the anxiety I had is coming to the fore, because when I was reading it the first time, I could hide my anxiety, but just like reading quickly. Um,
But I think you went from a 6 to a 9
Mhm.
in about 30 seconds.
that
Okay,
was
I'm going to
very
let
cool.
you guys, Amy, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to hop out and grab another group. Okay, see you guys. Cheers.
Okay, Sabiha. So here I go. So we're reading the first one, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's sort of
That
anyway.
makes a lot of sense. I have learned something new. Thank you. That's
No,
really
I love
interesting.
learning new stuff too.
That's really interesting. Okay, shall we switch? I'll tell you a little bit about what I do, and then we'll try it again. Hi, Bryan.
Oh, sorry, my video is off. I just realized that. I feel like
Hi, Bryan. I didn't
hi,
even know
hi,
you.
Katrina. Yeah. How did it go when you did the two versions? When you paused, did that sound better or not?
So we actually haven't done the two versions. What we decided to do was just talk quite naturally about what we each do. And while we're doing that, we're noticing what we use as filler words and where we should be pausing and where we're getting a bit stuck. And then we're going to try again once we've switched over.
Okay, cool. I see you guys on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay, so
stage trying to. Oh, hi, Bryan.
Absolutely.
Intruder.
How are you, Bryan?
I'm doing well. A little bit stressed today, but doing well. Question for you. Did you guys get a chance to try this out?
No.
Well, I would say yes, in a different way, in an
Yeah.
orthodox manner, in
Okay.
the sense that the two of us spoke for quite a few minutes.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, there were no filler words. So if the purpose of the exercise was to be eloquent and speak clearly without fillers, I have to say the two of us deserve A+.
Yeah. You guys are there.
We
Okay.
didn't do the first fast test. It was just very natural conversational thing that we did. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to see you guys on the other side, and I'll try and summarize it. I popped in and jumped into a few meetings, so we'll see.
Okay, cool.
Thank
See you
you.
there.
Hey, Cynthia.
Okay. Cynthia joined us. I don't know if she just jumped straight into the breakaway rooms as well, or if she was here on her own a little bit. We just were in breakaway rooms for an exercise. Hi, Cynthia.
That's my.
As, as you missed,
I'm just
Cynthia,
looking at your face. You look exactly like a girl I knew in high school. It's
me?
amazing. No, Asma. You look like a girl that I knew in high school, which I liked very much.
Where in high school?
In the United States.
Okay. No.
Just a quick suggestion. Cynthia just joined a little bit late. Cynthia, if you have time, maybe join us in the later session. We start in 1.5 hours the second session because you missed the whole session today. However, we sent out the link to what we've learned today or yesterday, and I will do the same as soon as I have time for today.
So
Okay.
I have a question for you. How many of you did the exercise? Speaking normally and speaking fast. I went into 3 groups and I saw 2 out of 3 who didn't do the exercise. So how many?
We didn't do the exercise, but because first we decided we weren't going to read.
Yeah.
Because we both agreed that when we read, we don't see the ums and the ahs so much when we're reading. So we thought, well, let's just have a conversation. But what we did, and I'm doing it now, is I'm trying to speak more slowly.
Okay.
And I think it's working. So.
Okay. What were experiences people had when they actually did the exercise? So I'm going to give you this as a homework exercise because some of you didn't do it. But what were the experiences you did have? I remember Amy and Sabiha's group. Amy, you're up.
Well, it was really interesting because reading it, we could feel the anxiety, and we both had the same experience that reading, it's felt a little unnatural. But then when we paused and we did the 15% slower, that felt really unnatural. But as a speaker, it felt unnatural. But the listener, it was like, wow, that was much better.
It's really a funny thing because it feels uncomfortable as the speaker, but you have to choose, do you want to be uncomfortable as the speaker or do you want your audience uncomfortable? I think I'd prefer to be uncomfortable as the speaker and have my audience hear what I have to say.
100%.
Any other feedback? And I realize we're hitting our time limit here, so we're gonna have to boogie on. Hey, go Jonathan.
Zuleika and I did the exercise, and we also had a consideration around the fact that sometimes you can, since it's very hard to eliminate filler words and project authority, but the other kind of weapon we can use is actually enthusiasm. I'm actually really curious what you, Bryan and Jay, what you guys think, because sometimes enthusiasm can also be a way to convey a message. And some ends will come through, right? And that might sound a bit, but yeah, the two things might balance each other in some situations. We're thinking.
So can I answer this? Because actually, I came across a really interesting study. It was a study about showing that when people are enthusiastic, before they open their mouth, the audience can tell. So just by the
Right.
way that you stand, the way that you are there, so you are communicating without even talking yet. And they show that in fact it's dramatically different in terms of results. And actually, it's testing my applied wisdom. I thought an introduction was you just get on, you get a hook, get people in. And actually, the research is saying your enthusiasm, which you're talking about, Jonathan, is a big part of it. And we'll come to that in a bit. Jay, you're up.
I'm adding a little bit here. There are different people in the audience and different people of hearing. Some are the audio people, some are the feeling people, some are audio, how do you say in English? Kinesthetic, visual, audible, feeling. When Tony Robbins jumped onto the stage, he is full of enthusiasm. But not everyone can deal with this. The introverts are completely scared about the situation. So they prefer a speaker who comes onto the stage who's calm, who's taking in notes, like Eckhart Tolle, and says, "Good evening, everyone." So it's a different audience. And if you play this really nicely, you can address all the four difference step by step.
One of the things that's really interesting, anybody know how quickly Tony Robbins speaks? He speaks at 240 words a minute.
I wanted to say 450, yeah.
A normal human being speaks at around 160.
Wow.
So it's, I find it's truly amazing. Okay. So we are over time, but I want to close with a couple things. One, work for today. For those of you who did the exercise, maybe you can skip it. But those of you who didn't do the exercise, really try it. And maybe what you do is you record it into your phone and listen to it back. Try your 15% slower and try your normal speed and see which sounds better. My bet is the slower version, which feels a little uncomfortable, will actually sound more authoritative. And as far as getting more from today, there's an amazing article about voice stress analysis. There's a couple videos, and one of these days I'll explain to you what's in the Notebook LM because I think it's really cool. We collected a whole bunch of data. You can ask it any question you want. Any last questions for today? Jay? Kathy?
All good.
Go ahead. You got one up on top.
Thank you so much. I've been meaning to ask, you mentioned the pause. Is there a formula for how long your pause should be for?
Jay, do you have an answer?
I would say make it comfortable for you and comfortable for the audience. It depends also on your audience and your state and what you're speaking. If you say something very exciting, long pauses doesn't make sense. If you speak something that is more reflective, longer breaks make sense. It's a tool like an instrument. Sometimes you play the violin fast, sometimes you play it very, very slow.
The
Just
best
make it feel for you. That's the most important point. It's for you to feel the pause in the body. When you feel the pause, your body calms down. And this is here the task for now. It's about signaling safety.
So the best advice I've been given on this was actually pause longer than it feels normal.
Yep.
So you think you paused, but basically you got a quick breath in there. That wasn't really a pause.
Yeah.
Really pause. 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Bryan, could you go two pictures back to this is my closing. Yes, this one. So day one was about restoring access. This day two is about cleaning the signal. I had something that when I was asked earlier, who was this, Jonathan, about the noise, the difference. Just go in a concert room. You hear the music and you hear the noise. We want to eliminate the noise. My voice exposes my state, and I control my state. Regulate the state, the voice follows. And tomorrow we will take it further.
So tomorrow we're going to do something fun. We're going to show you how you talk with your ears. See if you can figure that one out in advance. All right. See you tomorrow. Cheers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And don't forget the feedback. Thank you.
Candace, can I ask you a quick question? Oh, you're gone. Too late. All right.
Okay.
How did you?
Feedback?
We have to be clearer in terms of the exercise, more directive. I went into a few different rooms and people were just chatting with one another.
Maybe it was okay for today, but tomorrow we maybe should say, yeah, please follow the rule.
No, so what I would suggest is when you introduce the exercise.
Yeah. Do you want to speak to Candice again? She just joined again she heard it.
Yeah, hold on a second. If you can let her back in, that'd be cool.
Okay. You heard this master's voice. She's back.
Sorry, Brian. I hit the exit button as I heard my voice, as I heard my name.
No.
Yeah.
I just had a question. What is it you do, Candice? Are you a yoga instructor or something like that? Because you seem very calm.
A little bit of both. So I am a qualified yoga instructor. So I use a little bit of that in the work that I do. But I do a lot of work in training and development. I've been a lecturer for many years. And I do some wellness. So I incorporate a lot of the teachings around biology and physiological states into my training and development.
Okay. We're going to talk later about the introductions and how your body position, actually welcomes people in. Would you have something to share on that when we do that?
Yeah, I can absolutely share some content with you guys for that. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. That was my question for you. So I'm going to finish my debrief and thank you for coming back. I feel very honored.
Can I share some feedback just on the activity today for you guys in future? There was a little bit of disparity between what the instructions were, which is I think why some people didn't do the reading, because we weren't sure if we should be talking about what we do, or if we should be reading the piece. So just something for future that might help.
We were just talking about that, and we have to be more directive and more specific about the instructions. And I think you've just played it back exactly. So perfect. We'll make it better for tomorrow.
No problem. No problem.
Thanks, Candice. Cheers.
You guys have a beautiful evening.
Yeah,
Or
bye-bye.
day, Brian.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
She's actually becoming emergent speaker. So she is in the emergent speaker program of African Speaker Bureau. She wants to be more out there. She has a wonderful program, but that's for another day.
No, but she's got a very calm. I was in the room with her and I was listening to her talk, and she's really she holds her ground very well.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so we come back. We're in an hour and 20 minutes from now.
Okay.
I think
anything for me to improve? Always, but what?
I think we have to be careful about the timings because we're 30 minutes. We were 35 minutes out. If we don't respect the timings, people are going to get frustrated with us.
Yes.
I think for the exercise, I would take out the option about talking about your work, and I would say just here's the text and do that.
Okay, I didn't know. Did you send a text to them on the phone? I didn't know. Okay.
So the text for the group, Actually, normally I should have sent this earlier, but basically, I was in two groups where they did the exercise, where they read the text. And actually, when people read the text as a hearer, you don't hear it. When they slow down and actually read it, you actually hear the text. You also have a false positive, which is because it's the second time you heard the text, you understand it better. So
Okay.
that, but
Okay. Yeah. Good,
but
good.
I think this is good. Um, I noticed when you were vulnerable at the beginning, did you see all the hearts and the thumbs up and things like that coming in?
Yeah, I play with this sometimes. What was the
No,
vulnerability today?
no, but I think it was good. I think people were open, they were happy you shared, and I think that was good. So
You mean about my weaknesses, about the
yeah,
speaking or so? Or,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
think that was
But
good.
actually, if you read my intro text for day one, that's exactly what I wanted to share there already. I just
Yeah.
didn't at the time.
Okay.
Okay. Good,
All right.
good. See you in an
See you
hour.
later.
Bye. Good,
Cheers.
good.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Great work. Great work.
Bye. Ciao.
Why is this white now? What I'm doing here?
So the problem that we had, Jake, can you go in the document for our slides and see if you can edit it now?
Yeah, I could edit. It was already before
No,
my
can you see if you can edit it now? So what
now.
I
Okay.
sent this as the shortcut link to our talk today to get
You
the
can't
slide.
edit. No, you can't edit design anymore.
Okay, what you need to do
Let me
is you
see. I
need
can
to,
reload it. Let me see. Viewing. No, it's back to viewing.
okay, so
Request access.
you need to accept the invitation to share it.
Yeah,
So
a request has been sent.
so so I can see you're here.
There is a Kiwi now. In who's Kiwi?
That's one of the students.
Okay, I don't know him.
It's Kiwi is not necessarily a person. It's a random name that's generating. Okay, so
Okay.
you have to accept the invitation.
Does it come by email or what?
I don't know.
Let's see. Sabina Lonat. Sabina just messaged. So I don't see. I don't know. But at the moment, I don't need to edit, but we need to
Okay.
figure this out.
So we need to be able that you can edit it and they can't edit it.
Yeah. Well, you showed me earlier it was working, that it
No.
actually shows in the address. Let me close it and open again in another tab. Canva, templates. You see, I have certain tricks to get myself calm. This is chocolate and this is Coke. And I do this only once a year because I hate both. Viewing, no. Request edit access again. Do you get an access, an edit X request?
So
I don't know where you would get an exit request in.
Okay, so
Maybe we should just read the title, Speak So You Heard. Maybe we should name it tomorrow, other way around to irritate people. Heard So You Speak. Anyway, can't get it done. Viewing, read only.
Okay, Jay can edit this now.
Okay. But what is the reason that you give them access? Then they see all the slides.
Because we were too late to be finished.
I mean, can they see all the slides, also the next days already?
Yes, they can see everything. We were too late. There was no other choice.
Too late for what?
To be able to give them access to the slides during the course, we were too late, so I shared this.
Okay, I don't know what you mean. They see the slides live, isn't it?
Okay, you're following a course. If you look at this, a lot of people take the notes and actually go through the slides as they have them. So this gives them access to the slides from the course. Why
Okay.
did I do it? Because we were too late. We didn't have the final design done on time. If you want, we can change it and put it as a PDF and then replace the link. But right now, they have an access to all the slides.
Well, if my academy would be ready, that's already prepared there, but I could just upload this to the site for the day. I can upload this document for them into the days.
Okay, it should be done before we do the talk.
Is it?
Yes, because in fact, we start the talk with here's a link to the slides.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
That's
so
new to me. I've
no,
never seen slides before a talk. Okay. If you think that's the right way, I'm okay with this.
okay. So the idea is, okay, so we see each other in an hour and let's say an hour from now.
Okay.
The only thing I would change,
Do they see the notes as well, by the way, then?
yep,
Oops. Because I have lots of notes there. Well, you think about it. I can add easily this PDF to the site.
if you
My
give
first
me a
my first run is always to have the notes in the slides that I can since
okay,
you tell me.
if
Yep.
you give me a link to the PDF, I will change the link. But
If
the
you
link
give,
has to be done beforehand.
I can't follow at the moment. What link to the PDF? You mean link to the website?
This link here,
Yes.
which is at the start of the talk, is a link to this document. Speak
Ah.
Heard Slides number 2 goes to this. If you give me a PDF, which is on a Google Doc or something like that, which is saved, I will change the link and the link will go to the PDF rather than this file.
Beyond my capacity. So just do what you think is right. We can change this in later stages. In later stages, when the academy is done, they can access the course, they can see the slides immediately, whatever they want to do with it.
Okay, so what I think would be good, talk. Okay, so this is the instructions. So you talk, you use that, and you read it once and you read it twice.
So this is the text that you should read. Oh, okay. Not even I got it. I thought this is instruction text. Okay, now I get it. Okay, good.
Okay, so basically the people who did this actually saw their benefits of slowing down. The ones who didn't just saw that they weren't using ums and ahs when they were talking.
Yep. Okay. Good.
Anything else you want to change?
No. All good. You're the master. I'm the student. Okay.
What
Very
time
good.
tomorrow do we look at fact number 3?
When is Vishali done? Is she done?
She's not doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh, you're doing it. But she was quite far already, isn't it?
She did some work to prepare it for me.
Yeah, great. And you're doing 3 and 4 now, and she's doing 5 and 6 or what?
She's doing 5 right now.
Okay, good. So my day tomorrow is free between and yeah. What's your day tomorrow? I could meet. The morning is my private time.
Can we do it at 10:30 your time? Because that's the time I meet Vishali normally.
Okay, then I have to switch a little bit. Yeah, this or normally. You see, I wake up at 4 o'clock in these days, so between 9 and 11, I usually take off just to get my feet in the water, but I can do so. Yeah, then I
Okay.
have to. Oh, good.
All right.
Okay. 11 and a half appointment and 12 appointment. So others is okay. Good.
Okay. I see you in a bit. Cheers. Bye.
All right. See you.